I move on to the hook. If they say no, then I don't waste my time, because I don't waste my time with people who aren't decision makers, so I'll simply end the call politely. Now, if you're wondering, why am I using a hook for a cold call? I thought that was for content. Well, I use hooks for cold calls too, because why wouldn't I want to capture the curiosity and interest of the person I'm cold calling, just as I would when I'm making content, right? So I use a hook. It's worked tremendously for me, and I don't think enough people are using hooks when they're cold calling. But anyways, my hook is this. Hey, this is Adam calling from 6flow. I'm not sure if you've heard our name tossed around, but we work with home service businesses across Ontario. Boom, I just established credibility and authority. Then I say, I'm actually the founder here. Boom, owner to owner, founder to founder. Let's talk with respect. I just established that from this hook. But anyways, we're offering free AI audits to home service business owners right now. Boom, bold claim, captured interest and curiosity, and I'll just pause there. At this point, they can do one of three things. The first thing they can do is hang up in your face, in which case you don't call them back, you go on to the next person. The second possible thing that's going to happen is they're going to hit you with a neutral response. So this can be something like, okay, what does that mean? Or they just might be silent after you pause, in which case, after a neutral response, you're going to ask them the question, is this something you've come across before? Most of the time, they're going to say no, or not really, or maybe a little bit, but not really. But all you're doing here is you're giving yourself permission to explain. You're basically entering your way into the conversation, because once they say no, I haven't heard of this before, it's implicit permission for you to explain what it is. It's an opening into the conversation, and it works like crazy. And once I get that opening, I say this. Well, it's just a quick 15-minute call where we show you exactly how other businesses in your industry are currently using AI. And to be transparent, the reason we can do it for free is because we know that 80% of businesses are going to adopt AI in the next 12 to 18 months. Boom, introduced urgency and scarcity, by the way. And then I continue anyways. I say, so we're just building relationships early now, so if or when the time comes where you do want to adopt AI, you have a contact to reach out to. So does that 15-minute call sound fair sometime when you're available? Once you get that out, a lot of people are just going to say yes. You might have to deal with some objections. I'm not going to talk about objection handling right now, because I probably have like 3 or 4 other videos on this channel about how to handle objections. You can check those out. But if you get to this last line and you complete the sentence, so does that 15-minute call sound fair sometime when you're available, you're gonna book meetings. Now let's talk about the third possibility that they can say after you hit them with the hook, which is something negative. They're gonna say something like, I'm not interested, right off the bat. That could happen, in which case you hit them with a question. You hit them with, out of curiosity, I mean, is AI on the radar for you guys? Is that something you've explored? They're either gonna hang up in your face, or they're gonna say no or yes. If they say no, then you hit them with this. Well, in that case, I actually think the audit would be beneficial to you, because all we're looking